So let's see what this question is about. P alone takes 16 days to complete a work and charges rupees 400 for it. With the help of Q, he can do it in 12 days only. So two people are being mentioned here, P and P plus Q, two different scenarios. If you ask P alone, he is going to take 16 days. If you ask P plus Q to work together, they would finish the work in only 12 days. So from here, you can immediately find out the ratio of payment. Ratio of payment. But please be careful, this is P and this is P plus Q. This is not Q, this is P plus Q. Because working together, they have taken 12 days. So ratio of payment of P and P plus Q will be in reverse order. 12 is to 16, which is equal to 3 is to 4. So please understand, the ratio of payment of P and P plus Q comes in the ratio 3 is to 4. This 4 includes P plus Q. So P is already 3. So this 4 is equal to 3 plus 1. So the real ratio of P and Q comes out to be 3 is to 1. So the payment of 400 have to be divided in this ratio. 3 is to 1. So P gets 3 parts, Q gets 1 part. So Q's share comes out to be equal to how much? So 1 part out of 3 plus 1. Total value of work is what? Rupees 400. So this 400 earlier was given entirely to P, but now that Q is also working along with P, so this 400 has to be divided between these two workers, and the ratio we have found out is 3 is to 1. So P is to Q, 3 is to 1. So Q's share is 1 part out of total 3 plus 1, 4 parts of rupees 400. So Q's share comes out to be equal to rupees 100. But please be careful, this is P plus Q and hence we can apply this shortcut. So let's take another example. So let's see this one. Sakshi and Saranya undertake a typist work for rupees 1800. Sakshi alone complete it in 8 days, while Saranya alone can complete this in 10 days. With the help of Ravi, they finish it in 4 days. So actually 3 people are being mentioned here. First is Sakshi, the other is Saranya, and then all the 3 working together. That means Sakshi plus Saranya plus Ravi. So Sakshi alone takes how many days? 8 days. 8 days. Saranya alone takes 10 days. All the 3 working together takes 4 days. 4 days. So let's first figure out the output, the ratio of their output. So you can assume the work to be LCM of these 3 numbers. LCM of 8, 10 and 4. So you can assume work to be equal to 40 units. So let's simply take out the output in these 3 scenarios. So Sakshi's output is 40 by 8, 5. Saranya's output is 4 and their combined output is 10. So please understand, this 10 comprises of Sakshi plus Saranya plus Ravi. So Sakshi's output is 5, Saranya's output is 4, but their total output is 10. So 5 plus 4, 9. So the remaining 1 output must be coming from Ravi. So this is the ratio of the output that they are going to give to you. So the payment has to be made in the same ratio. So ratio of payment is exactly equal to the ratio of output. Same. Sakshi, Saranya and Ravi will get paid in this very ratio, 5:4:1. So what is Ravi's share? So Ravi's share come out to be equal to 1 part out of total 5 plus 4 9 plus 1 10 parts. So out of a total of 10 parts, Ravi's share is 1 part. What is the total value of work? 1800. So this into 1800. So 1 by 10 into 1800 comes out to be equal to rupees 180. So this is the correct answer. Let's see this one. A can do a piece of work in 24 days and B can do the same piece of work in 36 days. So two people are being mentioned here, A and B. So A takes 24 days while B takes 36 days. So who is a better worker? A is a better worker. He is taking less number of days. So ratio of payment, since this is number of days, so in this case we have to take the reverse while finding the ratio. So 36 is to 24, which comes out to be 3:2. That means if you are paying 3x to A, you need to pay 2x to B. What is the total value of work? Total value of work is rupees 2000, because it is given that they get rupees 2000 on completion of the work. So it means the total value that the owner is going to pay when the work gets completed is rupees 2000. And now this 2000 will get divided between two workers, because two workers have done this work in the ratio 3:2. So what is A's share? So A's share is equal to how much? 3 parts out of a total of 3 plus 2 parts into total value of work. Total value of work is 2000. So this comes out to be 3 by 5 into 2000, which is equal to rupees 1200. So this is the correct answer. So let's see what this question is about. X alone can do a piece of work in 15 days. So X alone takes 15 days. Y alone can do it in 10 days. So Y alone can do it in only 10 days. X and Y undertook to do it for rupees 720. That means the total value of work is rupees 720. With the help of Z, they finished it in 5 days. That means if these three people, X, Y and Z, they are working together, they are going to take only 5 days. So now the question is, how much is to be paid to Z? The total value of work is rupees 720. Out of this 720, how much are you going to pay to Z? So for this, you first take out the ratio of their output. So who gives you more output has to be paid more. So let's do that. So let's assign some value to work. So let's take LCM of these number of days, 15, 10 and 5. So let's assume work to be such a figure which is LCM of 15, 10 and 5. So what is LCM of 15, 10 and 5? 30. So you can assume the work to be equal to 30 units. So what is A's output? X output. X can produce 30 units in 15 days. So his 1 day output is 2 units. You can say 30 divided by 15. Similarly, Y's output is 30 divided by 10. That is 3 units. And their combined output, that means X plus Y plus Z, their combined output will be equal to 30 divided by 5. That is 6 units. Now look at their combined output. X plus Y plus Z, their combined output is 6 units. Out of this 6 units, 2 are being produced by X, 3 are being produced by Y. So it means the remaining 1 must be produced by Z, because their sum is 6. So 2 plus 3, 5. So the remaining 1 unit must be produced by Z. So this is the final ratio of their output. So now you have the concrete information about the ratio of their output. So the ratio of payment has to be the same. You will have to make payment in this ratio only, 2:3:1. So now question is, how much is to be paid to Z? How much are you going to pay to Z? So Z's share is equal to how much? 1 part out of a total of 2 plus 3 plus 1. So out of a total of 6 parts into total value of work. Total value of work is 720. So 1/6 of 720 comes out to be rupees 120. So this is the final answer. So please remember the funda. The ratio of payment has to be the same ratio of output. In case number of days is given, you have to first find out their output and then their payment. So let's move to next one. So students, this is a very good question. I would suggest that you first pause the video, try this question yourself, and then if you are not able to solve this, then you can refer to the solution. So let's see. One man can do as much work in 1 day as a woman can do in 2 days. So what does this information mean? One man can do as much work in 1 day as a woman can do in 2 days. It means the amount of work that a man can do, if you ask women to do the same work, instead of 1 day, the women will take 2 days. It means men are giving more output as per the given scenario. You know, don't take it otherwise. Don't take it like gender wise. I am talking only about this question. As per this data, one man can do as much work in 1 day as a woman can do in 2 days. So what does this information mean? It means that consider a man and a woman. So if you ask man to do, he is going to take only 1 day. But if you ask the same work to be get done by a woman requires 2 days. It means woman is producing half the output of men. Half the output of men. Now a child does 1/3 the work in a day as a woman. So ratio of output of man and woman are what? Man is giving more output, 2:1, and ratio of output of woman and child is equal to what? Child is doing 1/3 the work. 1/3 the work as compared to a woman. That means women are producing 3 times the output as much produced by a child. So if you find the combined ratio of output of man, woman and child, so you need to make the figures same here. So here it is 1, here it is 3. So make 3 at both the places. So man is to woman, it is 2:1. I am trying to generate 3 here. So I can write multiplying by 3, 6:3. Similarly, ratio of woman and child is what? 3:1. So now you can connect 6:3:1. So this is the ratio of output that you get from a single person. One man gives you 6 units of output, one woman gives you 3 units of output, whereas one child gives you 1 unit of output. But please remember, this guy have employed all the 3 genders in this ratio. That means he have employed 6 men, 5 women and 2 children. I'm not saying exactly 6 men, but in this ratio, 6x men, 5x women and 2x child, in this ratio. Fine. So now the total wages paid is 1113. So first things first, ratio of output we have already known. Ratio of output of these 3 genders, man is to woman is to child, came out to be what? 6:3:1. Now number of workers of these three genders are in what ratio? Are in the ratio 6:5:2. 6:5:2. Now what will be the ratio of payment? Ratio of payment will be same as ratio of output. So assume that the owner pays rupees 6x to one male, because his output is in this ratio 6:3:1. So if he pays 6x to one male, he must be paying 3x to one woman and x to one child. But number of workers that he has employed is in this ratio. So total payment gender wise must be equal to what? To one man he is paying 6x. Fine. Before that we have another piece of information, that he has employed total 39 pair of hands. Total 39 pair of hands. That means total 39 workers are working, and those 39 workers, some are male, some are men, some are women, and some are children. So what is the ratio? 6:5:2. So based on this, you can find the actual number of male, female, and children working. So actual number of men, women, and children. So total 39 workers, ratio 6:5:2. So how many men are there? So 6 out of 6 plus 5, 11, 11 plus 2, 13. So 6 plus 5 plus 2 into 39. So this is 6 by 13 into 39. So comes out to be 18. So 18. Similarly, if you will solve for women, so 5 into 3, 15. And a child, how many children are working? 6. 6. So this is the actual number of men, actual number of women, and actual number of children that are working. To one man he pays 6x, to one woman he pays 3x, and to one child he pays 1x. So total payment that he needs to make is equal to what? There are 18 men working, and to one man he is paying 6x. So 18 multiplied by 6x plus 15 women are there, so 15 multiplied by 3x plus 6 children are working, so 6 into x. So this is the total payment he needs to make. So this comes out to be 18. 6 are equal to 108x plus 45x plus 6x. So how much this comes out to be? So 8 plus 45, 53, 53 plus 6, 59. So this comes out to be 159x. Now we already know that the total payment that he made is rupees 1113. So it means this 159x must be equal to 1113. So how much is the value of x? So x is equal to 1113 divided by 159. So both these gets cancelled by 3 and x comes out to be equal to 7. So x is equal to 7. What is the question? What must be the daily wage of a child? So we have assumed the daily wage of a child to be equal to x. X came out to be equal to 7. So 7 is the correct answer. Let's move to next one. Okay, let's see what this question is. A, B and C are employed to do a piece of work for rupees 529. That means this is the total value of work. A and B together are supposed to do 19 by 13 of our work, and B and C together are doing 8 by 23 of the work. I think this is not even needed. So B and C together are doing this part of work. What amount must be paid to A? So there are three people, A, B and C. What is being said? B and C together can do 8 by 23 part of the work. So if the total work is of 23 units, out of these 23 units, 8 units are done by B plus C. So they complete 8 units of work. That means the remaining work, so B plus C, they have already completed 8 units of work. So the remaining 15 units of work must be completed by A. That means who gives you how much output, you have to give him that much payment in that proportion. So what is A's share? So if you see carefully, out of the total work of 23 units, A have done 15 units of work. So he should be paid accordingly. So A's share must be equal to 15 out of 23 into what? The total value of work. Total value of work is 529. So let's see, will this get cancelled by 23? I think so. So 2 times 46 and 69. So 23. So 15 into 23, 15 into 2, 300. So this comes out to be 345. 345 is the final answer. Okay, so let's see what this question is about. 25 days of Ram's wages can be paid by a certain sum of money. The same amount of money is sufficient to pay Badri Prasad's wage for 20 days. The number of days for which the money will be sufficient to pay the wages of both if they work together is equal to what? So, two people are mentioned, Ram and Badri Prasad. So, R for Ram, B for Badri Prasad. What is being said? That some amount of money is there. You know, this money is sufficient to pay Ram for 25 days. And this same money is sufficient to pay Badri Prasad for 20 days. So who is getting paid more? So this money only 20 days. Badri Prasad will earn this money only in 20 days, whereas Ram will take 25 days to earn same money. So he is a better worker. He earns the same money in a less amount of time. But we don't know what is the value of the money. So you can give mathematical value to the money which is not mentioned. You can take such a number so that you can easily find out per day payments of Ram and Badri Prasad. So again you must have understood that it's better if you take the LCM. So take the LCM of 25 and 20, 100. So assume that the amount is rupees 100. Now the meaning of the question changes mathematically. So it is being told to us that Ram can earn rupees 100 in 25 days. Therefore, Ram's per day payment is equal to how much? So he can earn rupees 100 in 25 days. So his per day payment must be equal to 100 by 25, so that is equal to rupees 4 per day. Similarly, Badri Prasad's per day payment will be equal to what? He can earn rupees 100 in 20 days. So how much does he earn per day? So he earns rupees 5 per day. Fine. Now the question is, if they both start working together, so if they both work together, then their combined payment or the total payment that you have to make per day to them will be equal to what? Sum of these two, 5 plus 4 equal to 9. So now you are paying them 9 rupees per day. So this rupees 100 is sufficient to pay them for how many days? So money will last for how many days? 100 by 9 days. You could have solved the same question using different way of thinking. What that way of thinking is, you can say that earning money is also doing a job. So you can say that A can do a job in 25 days, B can do the same job in 20 days. So now, in how many days will they do the same job if they come together? Or you can say, in how many days will they earn the same money if they start to work together? So you can use this concept of work also, that A can do a work in these many days, B can do a work in these many days. So let's use that approach. So now Ram can do a work in 25 days. Badri Prasad can do the same work in 20 days. In how many days will they complete the work together? So work, LCM of 25 and 20, 100. Same maths is getting applied. So Ram's per day output 4 units, Badri Prasad's per day output 5 units. So work will get completed in 100 by their combined output 4 plus 5. So you can see, you can think differently, you will get the same answer. Let's move to the next one. So let's see. So Mr. Ram has a sum of money which is sufficient to pay Usha's wages for 30 days and Manika's wage for 60 days. So what is money, that we don't know, but Usha can be paid for 30 days and Manika can be paid for 60 days. So let's assume mathematical value of this amount. So LCM of 30 and 60. So rupees 60. So you can assume that the amount is rupees 60. So this rupees 60 Usha can earn in 30 days. So Usha's per day earning is equal to what? Rupees 2. She can earn rupees 60 in 30 days. So per day she is earning rupees 2. Similarly, Manika's per day earning is equal to what? Rupees 1. 60 rupees in 60 days. So rupees 1. So their combined per day earning is equal to what? 2 plus 1 equal to 3. So this money will last for how many days? Or this money is sufficient to pay them for how many days? So therefore, money will last for how many days? Now you have to pay rupees 3 every day. You have only rupees 60 with you. So money will last for how many days? 60 by 3. So this comes out to be rupees 20. So final answer is 20 days.